Or I'm going to give you more because crypto is about to get weird and you're not going to believe what is coming, what has happened, and it's just absolutely wild. We have some really interesting insider information regarding FTX, SBF, his parents, and a lot of what I thought is looking like it's more and more true. We have Ripple and XRP news. There's an appeal that happened this morning. We also have someone from the SEC, UADA, that is a commissioner at the SEC that completely clapped back against their practices. And we had a massive crypto arrest that occurred yesterday. Absolutely wild, like crazy, 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 crazy. Shout out to the O Army. Make sure you like this video, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts. Shout out to Chicken Bone Broth Gang. And also too, are you a Fed? There's a poll at the top over here. Comment if you're a Fed, yes or no. The reason why we're asking this question is because apparently the Fed, the FBI, has infiltrated into crypto, which we kind of knew. Like, this is the thing. In every single industry, there are always, you know, the public servants that are there and the agencies, the three-letter agencies. Like, everybody should know this. It's not new. But apparently people didn't know it. Now my bone broth is cold. But anyways, apparently people didn't know it. But what makes, like, if people didn't understand what was happening, or like why, like, to people that are confused why the feds are here, why wouldn't they be? They are literally involved in every single industry. Every single industry. And the reason why is they got to make sure things are safe. I mean, there's so many caveats that go into that, but, you know, I hate to kind of to go into the stereotype about my people, but you guys have seen Goodfellas. You guys have seen all those Italian mob movies and shows, The Sopranos. The feds are there. Anytime that there's money to be made, the feds are going to be there. And this is the thing. If you are in crypto and you're not doing anything wrong, you really don't have anything to worry about. And again, this is why we disclose so heavily on the show. And this is why we don't tell you, you know, this is going to this and this is going to that. Like, there's certain things you can do and can't do, like, or at least common sense wise. I mean, we don't have SEC regulations, which is insane with crypto, but we're getting there. We're getting there. But this story is wild. So I don't know where we're going to start first, but there's a lot. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right, let's go. Let's start with the brief. What are we doing first? Okay. I actually want to start off and talk about SBF. Okay. Ryan, and I hope I'm not mispronouncing his name, Ryan Salami was an FTX employee. He got caught up in the whole entire thing, and he's doing a pretty significant amount of jail time. He went on Tucker Carlson and is kind of talking about things that are happening. And it's pretty interesting stuff, really, really, really interesting stuff. And with the whole FTX thing, like, I knew that there was a lot of public servants involved because, again, they donated heavily to one particular party. And this is something we talked about on the show. We had talked about his mom and his dad both being affiliated with the blue folks. And that's the thing, like, and that's where it gets a little bit cuckoo. And we had Sam's proposed crypto regulations that came out. You know, he didn't write those. We had his affiliation with Gensler, his affiliation with Schumer, affiliation with Warren. Like, all these people are connected. It's crazy. Same with Caroline Ellison's people. And, you know, none of the politicians had to give back, I don't think, any of the money, which is crazy that was donated to him. And it's just a really cuckoo bonko thing. And I remember when Sam kind of first started in the industry, he was like, it wasn't that he was like pro decentralization, but you can tell like a lot of this shifted, and you can tell there's a lot more people involved. A lot more people involved that were kind of forcing, I don't want to say forcing, because he did bad things. 100% he did bad things. And I'm not discounting that. He lied, he stole, he cheated, and he really should have told his parents to F off. But I also think that there's people above him, and he's kind of the one that's doing the time. So a lot of people think he's going to get pardoned, whatever. And it's very interesting because Salami's political stance is complete opposite than Sam's parents. So that's where things get a little bit interesting. Let's go ahead and listen to this clip. Like, it's kind of wild.
Involved, again, my knowledge of this is just purely from stupid wire stories on it, but how involved was Sam Bankman-Fried's family in this?
Very involved.
And I told you guys, and again, is Salami telling the truth? I have no idea. But at the same time, it doesn't make a lot of we still don't have a lot of pieces to the puzzle. Like, what happened to Sam Trabocco? Like, there's so many different things. So many different caveats.
Mother was only involved on the political side.
How was she involved in the political side?
She ran her own political organization. I think it was called Mind the Gap. And then his father was involved in the company, was part of hiring lawyers, was part of advising on tax treatment,
Lawyers and tax treatment. That's why I said when they were talking about like tax fraud and different things that FTX was doing, you literally had Sam's parents, like that's the type of schooling that or the education that they taught. I forget which parent it was, but it's wild.
Yeah, his father was heavily involved.
So the mother was using FTX money to help Democratic politicians.
Correct.
But that's not a campaign finance violation.
I don't know what you want me to say.
It's just great. It evolved.
And then there's this one over here. What's this one?
To give political campaign contributions. So, okay, so then, but the problem that you ran into arose from the fact that you used some of that money to give political campaign contributions.
Correct.
Okay, so what did that consist of?
I believe in total, I donated about 20 to 30 million throughout the cycle to Republican candidates.
Okay.
So anywhere from your PACs to individual donations to specific candidates up to I think it was 2,800 limit.
And what percentage of that money went to Republicans?
100% of the money I gave went to Republicans. I've always been a Republican. Yeah, it's just the party that makes the most sense for a plethora of reasons.
All right, we're not going to listen too much to it because we don't know. But Digital Asset Investor said this. Now we're getting over the target. FTX was not about crypto. It was about setting up a structure for campaign contributions. So they've tagged a bunch of people, a bunch of public servants. And this is a very, very interesting case. And like a lot of the other cases that we talk about that are in the news right now, we're probably never going to find out the truth. But those of us who have been around that have been following this know, really, really know what's going on. And again, I've always said that there's people that are larger than, there's a lot of power, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of greed. Why do you think they've been attacking crypto? Why? Sam wanted FTX to be this one-stop shop for everything crypto. Everything. Why? Was it just him? No, it wasn't. I don't believe it was. But for control for a CBDC. They wanted to basically decide what was a security and what wasn't, and Schumer was behind them. So it's just a big old rabbit hole. But according to the notes over here, Sam donated $70 million to the blue side with customer funds. And again, he was the second largest donor to Biden before we knew that it was bad. And he also did some other donations to the other side, and they were dark. They were not public, probably to shut them up. So to the blue and the red. But he wasn't indicted for campaign violations, which is interesting because you have to disclose all that stuff. Salami donated $30 million to the Reds. And SPF's family was heavily involved in FTX, even though he said they weren't. Or that's what the court wanted to prove. So anyways, I think Ryan is speaking out because he's scheduled for a 7.5-year jail sentence. And he's saying that he got in trouble because the attorneys advised him to do all these things. So, or part of them. So we will see. We will see. We'll see what's going to happen. But again, it also says, too, a little caveat. This week, he requested to be allowed to serve his sentence starting on December 7th rather than 11th. The reason why he got medical treatment before going to prison, because he got mauled by a dog, apparently. So we'll see what happens with that, all of those things. But interesting stuff, right? Interesting stuff. Crypto is getting weird. Like, and this is the thing. If one person wins, we might not never know the truth. But if the other person wins, that's pro crypto, we might get some of the truth. I don't think we'll get all of it, but I think we'll get some of it. And there's a birdie back there. I really, really, really would love to get a statement from everybody involved in this, like all these public servants. And I'm curious how hard Trump is going to press them. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? But this is also another interesting clip. And yes, we're going to talk about the market, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to talk to you guys about the case. Actually, let's talk about the case that happened yesterday. That's important. So the SEC, FBI, and DOJ coordinate takedown of fraudulent crypto firms. And this was the story we reported on yesterday, and they arrested people. Like it was a crazy thing. And again, Crypto Twitter docks the FBI's wallets because it's public, right? So, and these charges were filed against 4 crypto market makers that were accused of wash trading to inflate prices of memes. Now, one thing I will say, wash trading happens with banks too. It's not just in crypto. And they're going to have to prove that there was malicious intent as well. So we'll see how that goes. But apparently it was GotBit and other market makers, and they advertise liquidity services as part of a toolbox for launching a token. Sometimes new tokens hire market makers to boost the token early activity, which makes sense. Everybody hires market makers. Like every crypto project hires them. It just really depends what the relationship was and what the terms are. Like I know crypto projects that have used GotBit that did everything on the up and up, and GotBit was great to them. So I don't know. This is just the story. I'm reporting on it. I don't really have I'm not picking a side here because I don't know enough yet. Because again, I've known companies that have done the right thing and I've known companies that have done the wrong thing. So it really kind of depends. So, and it's not real, like market making isn't really creating an illusion of investor interest. In some cases it is, but at the same time, like you do need a market maker. It's kind of part of the deal. Okay. The FBI created Next Fund AI token. So they created a token, okay? And this is from Bubble Maps. And basically, this is what it looks like. And let's go ahead and go with a little bit of the info over here. So the goal was to catch market makers and possibly tag whale wallets that sniped and sold some hot meme coins. They used token track and investigate the network of market manipulators engaged in wash trading and inflated DEX volumes. Prosecutor charged the companies and up to 15 individuals with widespread fraud and market manipulation, seized up to 25 million in crypto, and the SEC seeks permanent injunction penalties and disgorgement of ill-gotten gains. There's also people that were affiliated with this that were out of the country, and they went and they got them. Okay. They absolutely went and they got them. So that's where it gets a little bit interesting is people think, oh, I'm going to go to this country. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do bad things. It doesn't work that way. They will come for you. It doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. So again, this happened. I think 5 people were already arrested, and in some cases it's 18, sometimes it's 14. That's what it's like. There's different stories happening, but this is a pretty wild story, like absolutely wild story. And apparently the SEC was here, or not the SEC. This fund, Next Fund AI. They've been like monitoring and infiltrating crypto since 2018 or no 2020. I don't even know, for a while, 2018, I think. But also this is important too. In a second statement, the SBI listed more cryptocurrencies under investigation, including Satima, which was a ticky-tacky favorite, Sato Reality, Sata Chain, Rabu Inu, VZZN, Lillian Finance, and Next Fund AI. But Next Fund AI was the FBI crypto. Also, too, somebody posted about there being code that was copywritten code from MIT that the FBI was using, and you're not supposed to, like, it's illegal to do that. So this whole story is wild, and obviously we're going to get a lot more information on it, but like a lot of people are like, think that they can do whatever they want to do in crypto, and you can't do that. You literally cannot do that. You have to pay your taxes. You have to disclose. You have to be very careful of your actions. Like, even though we don't have really great clear regulation in crypto, there's like, you have to think of it ethically. So again, don't know exactly what's happening. We need more information, but right now there's people are indicted, people are going to jail, funds were taken, all kinds of stuff. So be very careful what communities you join. And that's why on the show, we always talk about doing due diligence, like join a community. And the reason why I say to join a community is to do your due diligence. And if you like it, then you join the ecosystem. It really kind of depends. So I don't know. That's what's going on with that. Crazy, crazy stuff. But we got a poll at the top. First off, let's give a shout out to all the O Army members. To beautiful Alexandra, to Raul, to Mr. R, to Steady User, to Crypto Lavish. All insanity. Yes, we're going to talk about AI tokens. We're going to talk about that. We got a bit of a news break there, so we will talk about it. And I do want to, should we do a market update or should we do XRP? Did we do XRP? No, we didn't yet. All right, there's so much to cover. Well, I guess we should get into, we talked about FTX. We talked about Ryan that went on. We talked about the FBI, the DOJ, and the SEC. now I guess we should talk about, let's do XRP. Let's do XRP. All right, here's XRP and Ripple. Shout out to you guys. So this is from James K. Phelan. He is a defense lawyer. He is not your attorney. He's not my attorney, but he posted. SEC versus Ripple. Breaking. Ripple has filed cross appeal of Judge Torres's judgment entered on August 7th, 2024. That was Ripple was not a security on the secondary market, I believe. Okay. So let's go ahead and go through because we got this. And then we have a statement from Stuart Alroy, who is a CLO of Ripple. SEC lost on all key points. That's why they appealed. Today, Ripple filed a cross appeal to ensure nothing's left on the table, including the argument that there can't be investment contact without there being essential rights and obligation found in a contract. Importantly, the SEC has said they aren't appealing that XRP isn't a security for themselves. They even apologized in another case. That's the law, and an appeal on these other issues doesn't change it. Last year, SEC unsuccessfully tried to take an early appeal of the rulings that Ripple's XRP sales on exchanges and that Ripple's other XRP distributions, like to employees, developers, weren't securities. They'll likely go after these again. They will lose both. So again, the reason why this case is so important, and I will keep screaming it, yes, does Ripple have a lot of connections with banks? Yes. Are they trying to do a CBDC? Kind of, sort of. But at the same time, the ruling that XRP is not a security on the secondary market is important for the entire crypto industry. Okay. We don't want Solana to be a security, or Cardano or Algo or whatever or SQUIDGROW or whatever of our favorite crypto assets are securities. We don't want that. We want to be able to trade these on the secondary market, on DEXs, on centralized exchanges, however we see fit, and not have to worry about it. We deserve access to improve our quality of life through crypto. We don't want to have to use ETF. We want to be able to custody this stuff ourselves, and that's okay. And again, I will keep talking about this case because it's important to me. Because Coinbase has even used this defense too. Like, well, look at it. And again, the SEC has gone after Coinbase and Kraken and all these other crypto exchanges, the good ones. And remember, Crypto.com filed suit against them, filed a lawsuit against the SEC for the Wells notice. Like, they're fighting for us because they want us to be able to use their products. And that's the thing. We do not want to have to use an ETF. I think it's great that we might get an XRP ETF or a Solana ETF or whatever. Okay, for maybe those people that can't custody their crypto. But just because we have these spot ETFs doesn't mean we still shouldn't be able to trade these assets on the secondary market as we see fit. Retail is intelligent. We are smart. Just because we might not have as much money as the accredited investors, people that make $250,000 a year, these large corporations and whatever else, doesn't mean we're not capable to think for ourselves. Again, I'm happy to take a test. I'm happy to cap the income. Don't care. But I want my people to have access to the same things that the wealthy have because we want to grow our wealth. The more when we get access to more money, we get access to better products and services, and then we can support our local communities. Okay? And that's how you get people out of poverty. That's how you improve or you decrease crime levels. And that's how you improve education for our kids. And again, I'll say it and I'll say it again. I live in Los Angeles County. I'm born and raised here. The fact that Los Angeles County taxes so much on every single aspect, but we have schools that are 3 out of 10, that's absurd. Shouldn't happen. Not okay. You should demand better for your kids. You shouldn't have to pay to send them to private school for them to get a good education. There shouldn't be large class sizes. And I'm always going to bring it back to the kids because they deserve better. So there's that. But let's go ahead. Let's go through the information over here because I go off on tangents sometimes and y'all know that. Well, not tangents, but I get very excited. Okay. And I didn't do that when I was having the baby either. I just pulled her out. Anyways, shout out to Lo. All right. So, and there's also a bullish thing for Ripple too. Ripple filed a notice of cross appeal with the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, challenging the court's August 7th judgment. The judgment ordered Ripple to pay $125 million, which is higher than Ripple's proposed $10 million, but lower than the SEC's initial demand of $2 billion. And again, the SEC wanted Ripple to pay $2 billion. For what reason? No reason at all. That's ridiculous. They've already spent $300 million fighting the SEC? No, we're done. We don't need to pay more money. 10 million is good. Maybe an 125 million is good, but not 2 billion. The court ruled XRP tokens sold on secondary markets are not considered securities. Institutional sales are, but they're institutional, so the laws are different. There's more retail than there is institutions. The SEC filed an appeal against the same judgment, ruling leading both cases to be merged into a single to an appeal process. So the fine and the security status. XRP not being a security on the secondary market. Stuart Alroy, Mr., indicated the cross appeal is a reaction to the SEC's appeal. Good for him. Good for him. In addition, we got some good news for Ripple. Ripple launches digital asset custody service for banks and fintech. So according to an October 10th CNBC report, Ripple debuted features that will keep and maintain digital assets for its banking and fintech clients. So I'm assuming this is globally. In the statement to CNBC, Ripple Senior VP of Product, Aaron, said that new features expand Ripple's custody capabilities to serve fintech businesses with scalable digital asset custody. They're also anticipating that Ripple's custody for this will hit $16 trillion by 2030, and other services will be pre-configured operational settings, integration with XRPL, and compliance tools like AML monitoring. And it's done under Ripple's custody division. Oh, apparently Bitcoin's dumping. All right, let's take a look. Let's do a market update. Well, Nero's doing okay on the weekly. One thing I want to say about meme coins, guys. Yes, we're in meme coin season, but the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI with some of these market makers with the meme coins could possibly, cause some issues with meme coin season. So please, in your trading and investing journal on your bearish, you might want to add that. Okay. So just keep that in mind. And again, when we do talk about meme coins, there's a possibility to make a lot of money in meme coins, but you're gonna the losses are a lot bigger because it's more risky. But again, start paper trading. And again, I've got a ref link for Moonshot down below. Super easy to trade these meme coins. Plus, they're a little bit more vetted. You actually have the contract address. But again, you can still download it and paper trade. And then when you have a track record, if you decide, hey, I want to do this, then do it. Paper trading's okay. But that's where the money is in meme coins right now. So let's talk about the market because it looks like it's dumping. A shout out to Nero, 78%. All right, on the daily, the only thing that's up is Uni for about 15%, and I'll explain why there's a story coming with that. You don't have to understand meme coins. If you're brand new and you don't understand meme coins, just focus on Bitcoin right now and study meme coins and regular cryptos, RWA, study all different aspects of crypto. But you can simply join the Bitcoin ecosystem. It's a lot better and you'll probably outperform people. So apparently Bitcoin dumped. We broke below 60,000. Oh my. Is it a big deal? No. Act like you've been here before, okay? There's a lot of volatility with the market. That's why we love Bitcoin, because the gains are just out of this world sometimes. So we broke. Okay, we're nuking. Great. What's next? Hold on, this chart here. All right, I said we needed to break above this trend line at 65. We didn't. I wanted to get the close at 63, 64, I think 64 this week. We didn't. And now we're nuking. We're breaking below $60,000. Right? And I says to watch this area, and we're probably going to hit 57. And it looks like we're going to keep heading downward. So if you're short, congratulations. We also have links for Femex and Margex down below. Margex, no KYC, not your keys, not your coins. Read the terms of service. And most of you will have no business using leverage. Okay. So it looks like we're going to tap on a 57.3, and the next target would be about 53 if we do. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart, let me zoom in a little bit. We've got support at 59.3, but it looks like we're going to head down a little bit more. Continue to get a little bit of a nuke. And this also coincides with stocks. We're going to talk about that too. There's a big story with that. We'll get into it, I promise. So that's what's happening with Bitcoin. I would say we're bearish right now. Short term, not long term. Not at all. But again, we've been in a downtrend. The higher lows. Down. Okay. So it does look like we are going to hit 57. Be cautious. Be safe. If you're in other coins, those will probably go down too. That's how the market works. Don't be scared, babe. You'll be okay. Now taking a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is doing its best to hold up on the daily. Oh no. So let's zoom in. 4-hour over here. Yeah, we're breaking down. Ethereum is breaking down. If we lose 23, Where are we next? We've got some support over here at about 20. We'll do this support here. 22. Okay. 22 and 2000 over here. For Solana is currently going down as well, which is okay. It's okay. Yeah, somebody on Tiki Taki said, when it goes down, that's when you buy. That's a personal choice. But again, this is the daily. Solana is breaking down with our Fibby over here at 137 and just heading down. And that's good. So it's a buying opportunity for those of you who are interested. 135 and then 133, 131. Again, we would need to really need to reclaim 137. Sui. And someone's like, you bought the top. I didn't buy the exact top, but I wanted a little exposure. We're dropping, which is totally fine, and I'm going to buy more. I'm going to see how low we go, and I'm going to buy more because I want more exposure to Sui. So taking a look at the daily, we almost broke all-time high, and now we're going down. So I anticipate a move to like 161. So we'll see what happens there, depending. But right now, everything is nuking. What do I do when the whole market is nuking? What do? I look at the charts. I analyze. I set limit orders. I go to my trading journal. I'm very demure, very mindful. And I do a bearish and a bullish scenario. And I figure out if I want a DCA, if I want to set limits, what I want to do, or if I don't want to do anything. And right now I'm not doing anything. I'm going to wait for us to kind of cool down. That's what I'm going to do. So that's what's going on with the markets. All right, there's some other stuff we got to cover. All right, we're going to go through this. All right, this is a funny clip. So Mark Ueda is one of the SEC commissioners. And he is disappointed with the SEC's current policy and calls it a disaster. And he says this on Mornings with Maria. And the fact that we have somebody from the SEC saying this is ridiculous. Like, listen to this clip. He's talking about crypto.com's well notice, by the way. Oh, no sound. Thank you, mixing. I apologize. Thank you, guys. Sorry. We'll redo it at 2 times speed. No, at 1.5. Sorry, guys. I am so sorry. I'm like looking at everything right now.
Well, it's great to be here.
What is the SEC doing regarding crypto?
Well, I think our policies and our approach for the last several years have been just really a disaster for the whole industry. We have been setting this policy through enforcement. We've done nothing to provide guidance on it. And as a result, this has been shaped by the courts. And different courts have ruled different ways. I think what this Wells notice is, and while I won't comment on the specifics of this litigation, the Wells, what has gone on is part of a broader frustration with the fact that we have not provided interpretive guidance as to what you can and cannot do. And if you are involved in some sort of securities offering, how you register, how you get regulated as a broker-dealer, how you get registered as an exchange. Well, it's great to be here.
What is the SEC doing?
So basically what he's saying here, which you guys all heard, there's not a lot of clarity. And it's a mess. And he's disappointed with the disaster because it is a disaster. It's absolutely ridiculous. And he's basically saying they need to end the war on crypto and provide guidance and provide policy and all kinds of stuff because there's not any. And he said too, I know you didn't hear anything. You got to go to YouTube. SEC hasn't done anything to help firms with guidance for registering as a broker dealer or exchange if they have securities offerings. Gary Gensler says, come in and register with me. You really can't. You can't. So that's where it gets problematic, and that's why people get pissed. So again, Ripple, Coinbase, Kraken, Library, all these companies, Debtbox, they're done. And the fact that this is also too, the public perception of the SEC is atrocious. We have some people that work for the SEC. They're like, yeah, we're doing a good job. And other people like Hester and Mark are like, no, that's not good. It looks ghetto. Okay. Let's talk about the stock market. S&P 500 slips from record after data showing sticky inflation, weakening labor market live updates. So this is the thing, you guys. We knew the labor market, the data they were reporting is ridiculous, okay? CPI for September was released, and this is inflation. CPI equals inflation. They should just say inflation, but they're not going to because they want to confuse you. Thank you. The whole government is ghetto. I agree. CPI increased by 0.2% month over month, leading to an annual inflation of 2.4%. Inflation is transitory. You can increase it or decrease it. The public servants can. Costs of goods and services do not go down. They go up. Purchasing power of the dollar goes down. The increase surpassed analysis expectation of a 0.1% monthly gain on a 2.3 year-over-year rate. This year-over-year rate is the lowest since February 2021. Core CPI, which excludes more volatile food and energy costs, which that's literally what you need to survive. They rose 0.3%. Food and energy. Gas and food. Also, too, prayers to everybody in Tampa. Prayers to everybody from people that have went through Helene and Milton. Lo and I have been praying for you. Please know that. In September, they said that the forecasts are 0.2 and 0.3%. But still, it's not good. It's not helping. Year over year, core CPI was higher by 3.3% versus an expected 3.2% and 3.2% August. Stocks fell, S&P and the Dow Jones fell from record highs. As far as, let's take a look at the dollar, what's going on with her. Dollar's pumping. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, these people are. All right, we talked about that. What is this? Oh, Mt. Gox. All right, let's see. Vitalik seen as dark horse for 2024 Nobel Prize in Economics. Interesting. This is a big story here too. Stripe reinstates crypto payments for U.S. businesses via USDC on Ethereum, Solana, and Polygon. So they re-enabled these, and because they had removed them previously. It marks the first time in 6 years that Stripe's U.S. business customers can accept crypto payments since it ended support for Bitcoin in 2018. Why are they doing this? They want to compete with PayPal. This is bullish. Very, very bullish. Cardano, they host their first smart contract legally enforceable in Argentina. So Cardano's doing stuff, just not in the US too much. And it is what it is. Basically, it involves a loan agreement between two ambassadors for 10,000 ADA. The contract is enforceable under Argentinian law, and a contract sets a 10% interest rate over 4 months and includes legal documents with transaction details. If they can use smart contracts in America for loans and DeFi and all kinds of stuff, that's what we want. We love it. And that's exactly what this is. It's for a loan. The contract sets a 10% interest rate over 4 months and includes a legal document with transaction details. And this could fast track recognition of smart contracts in Argentina's legal system, potentially being used in rentals, purchase agreements, and more. And again, Charles H. met with Javier Milei at the upcoming Cardano Summit. So this is bullish for Cardano. Shout out to them. I actually have to get going because I got an appointment. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've got some media for the second piece that'll be going out at 3 p.m. PST. And thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to smash a like and share this. All of that jazz. But I gotta go because I gotta leave. But anyways, you guys, I got some... I gotta go. Sending you all love and light. Where's my little thing of a bobber? WendyO is out. Bye. Go Hawks! Bye, babies.